Hey everyone, it's Melissa. Today I am going to talk about our family vacation. It is so good to be back. We had a wonderful time, but it's always good to get back home. Except I always think you need a vacation when you get back home, because I tell you what, I was tired. We got back Saturday and all day Sunday I was tired, and yesterday was Monday, and I kind of walked. Well, of course I had a bunch of work to do because I'd been off for a week. But it was hard getting back to work, but I think today's Tuesday, and I think I'm getting back to normal now. We had so much fun, and the sad thing about it was when it was over with, because I had looked forward to it for so long and planned it for so long, and then it was over with. And driving back home on that long trip, we went to Tybee Island, which is right outside of Savannah, Georgia. It's probably about, well, if we could get through Atlanta quicker, because we were dead stopped in Atlanta for the longest time. In fact, we finally had to get off the interstate and just bypass it because there was so much traffic. But if we could have gotten there through Atlanta sooner, it would have been a good, probably about 6 hours. But it was longer than that going through Atlanta. But it was myself and Doug, my 2 children and their spouses, and excuse me, and all my grandchildren. So that was 13 people. So it's 6 adults and 7 children. We rented a place on Tybee Island that had 5 bedrooms. So the siblings all had a bedroom, and each parent had a bedroom, and Doug and I had a bedroom. So that worked out real well. But I thought it was a very successful vacation. So I thought I would talk today about the things that we did that seemed to work, the things that we didn't seem to work, in case you are planning your own extended family vacation. I think it worked out real well. The thing that I was pleased about, when families get together, there can be conflicts sometimes, old things crop up, but there was none of that, nothing like that. Maybe it's because we're together so much anyway that we've kind of worked out any conflicts in the past. But everybody got along. The grandkids all the cousins had a wonderful time playing together. I mean, just a wonderful time. And my daughter and my son got along just so well, got to know each other better, because they're real different people. Besides being opposite sexes, they're real different. So I think they enjoyed being together, and I would catch them standing in the kitchen talking to each other, that type of thing. And so I really enjoyed that. It really did my heart good. I did do quite a bit of planning, and I will have to say it was mainly me that did the planning. 1 year ago, last summer, we sat down at the kitchen table. We didn't take a vacation last year, but this year we decided that we would take a family vacation, try to. So we started 1 year ago. We sat at the kitchen table after Sunday dinner one time and talked about what we wanted to do. So that was the main thing, I think, was planning what your needs are for the different family members, where you want to go, and how you can go about accomplishing that. So my son always wants to go to the beach. My daughter is not a beach person. She wanted to go to some place historic, like Washington, D.C. or Williamsburg. My son wanted to go to the beach. Doug wanted to go to the beach. The kids, quite frankly, wanted to go to the beach too. So we looked at all the different beaches, and I said, okay, to my daughter, what about we go to some place that's close to something historic, where you can take your kids to the beach some, but also go see something historic. So we thought that was a good idea. So we looked at Charleston, and we looked at Savannah. We decided on Savannah because Doug had lived in Savannah. His brother lived in Savannah for years, so we had visited quite often and was very, very familiar with it. Doug's brother had died. This was Doug's first trip back to Savannah since his brother had passed away, and he did very well, but we passed the hospital where he was, and things like that. So I'm sure he didn't really say, but I'm sure it was at times a little bit hard for him. But he had a good time anyway, a wonderful time at the beach. So it was nice that we were so familiar. But anyway, so we thought that'd be a good compromise. We could stay on Tybee, then go visit historic things in Savannah, because most people had not been to Savannah, just Doug and me. My children, No, they had not. In Savannah, well, it's just laid out in little squares. It's very historic. A lot of things happen there. You've got right, we stayed real close to Fort Pulaski. Just a lot of history that I knew would appeal to my daughter. They are studying things like that in school, so I knew that this would be something that she wanted to do, and then we could all go to the beach too. So we got our location first. This may end up having to be a two-parter because I did take footage, and so the next one may be part 2 of taking footage, because I might want to disperse some footage through here. And I do have a lot to say because I'm a talkaholic. I talk a lot. Okay, so we sat down, and so we narrowed our place down to Tybee. And my children's father had gone a lot to Tybee, so he was familiar with it too. So they knew, we talked to them, and they knew the places to stay and where to go. So we got on the VRBO site, and we found a house that met all of our needs, and it was a bit out of our price range, but I thought maybe if we saved for a year and worked really hard, and we were planning it out so far ahead of time that we could make it work. So that night I put a deposit down on it to hold it for us on the dates. We found our dates that would work for us, because with so many people doing so many different things, you know, we had to work out schedules and things like that, especially with work, and my daughter does theater camp and just, you know, all kinds of stuff. So we got the dates, we got the place. So what I did was then I started saving. When I would go to the grocery and maybe get cash a check, I would do it a little bit longer. I would try to cash a check periodically at the bank when we maybe had a little extra money, and take it off to the side. We get paid very, very little doing YouTube, very little. But I would, you know, try to, whatever money that I did make, I would sock that off to the side. So, you know, I saved periodically all the way through. So as we were getting, like a week or two before we were getting ready to leave, we kind of sat in the living room, all 13 of us, and talked about what our needs were. We have very specific dietary needs. Almost, except for about 2 people, we're all gluten-free. Unfortunately, my family inherited bad guts from me, so most of us are gluten-free, and a few are dairy-free. So we knew we would have a hard time eating out, and we knew it would be very expensive to eat out. So what we decided to do was to plan our meals and to cook every night. And so what we did was each family cooked a meal that they felt like was their specialty. For instance, the first night we were there, my oldest granddaughter had her birthday, so my daughter wanted to cook. And so she made her favorite dish and made a dessert. My daughter's a wonderful cook, a wonderful baker of gluten-free foods. Next night I cooked. The third night it was my daughter's birthday, and she wanted paella. So we found paella at a really good restaurant in Savannah, and we got it to go. We took it back, and so she got her paella because she wanted some fresh seafood, and the rest of us catered to our dietary needs. And then my son and his wife cooked another night. We had leftovers another night, and then my son and daughter went together and got pizza another night. So it all worked out with our meals. We ate our breakfast in, and we ate our lunch in. So we went to the grocery quite a bit, and got our fresh produce and things like that. So that worked out real well, and I felt like we saved money that way. I think you have to look at what you're comfortable with and what your priorities are. Our priorities were to find a real nice place that was real nice and roomy, but then cook ourselves, because we thought that was healthier, and that's what we wanted to do. Other people might want to go out to eat every meal, and that's good. That everybody needs to tailor it to their own needs. But our needs were to find a nice location where we were really comfortable and really spread out, and where the kids and grandkids could really enjoy each other, and we wouldn't feel like we were on top of each other, getting on each other's nerves. And I think we accomplished that. I was very proud to be able to pay for part of it. I really was. I paid to rent bicycles and to rent some umbrellas and chairs for the beach. And so we had those delivered the day after we got there, and then the people came and took them away again. And that was so much fun, because everybody got to go bicycle riding. If they weren't walking some people would walk on the beach, some people would ride bikes, and it was a lot of fun. And I don't like to get out in the sun, so the umbrellas and the chairs were nice, and Doug likes to sit under an umbrella and read a book. So I liked that a whole lot. There was also a theater there on the island, and every Tuesday they had matinees where they had children's cartoon type things. So everybody went to that on Tuesday afternoon, I think it was. So that was a lot of fun to do. But we spent a lot of time on the beach. We collected shells. We just, it was just wonderful. Just to be able to do that and be together, and we cooked together, and people were always in the kitchen chit-chatting and talking, and what you making? Well, here, let me help you. I'll chop up those vegetables for you. You know, we all kind of pitched in together, and I don't know, it was a lot more relaxed actually cooking at home. You know, that might not be for everybody, but it was what we enjoyed doing. Another thing that we did, like I said, we planned that night that we sit there a week or two before we left. We sit down and we planned what our meals were going to be, because we do have special dietary needs. So we realized what we were going to cook. And so we were able to take any supplies we needed, or like any appliances that we needed. I took my food processor. You know, people took different things or different seasonings that they may not be able to find on the island, or special flour, you know, that type of thing that they needed for their meal. They just packed it and took it with them, so we had it right there. And then, like I said, I would just run out and get any kind of extra milk, you know, oh, I need some cream for this, oh, I forgot to get my vanilla, and I would run out and get that, so that worked out real well. So as well as our supplies, we took lots of games, and we took puzzles, and oh, that was a lot of fun. I love jigsaw puzzles, so we did that. We played games. There were several games. There was a game that Tenzi, that is a wonderful game. Everyone except for the very youngest, that's 4, he had a hard time. He wasn't able to play, but all the kids, all the grandkids, everybody played Tenzi a whole lot. It's a very simple little game, and it was a lot of fun. We did the jigsaw puzzles. We had there was a device that Doug had bought the grandkids that you put these things together, and you add batteries, and it can make things work, you know, make things move, and fans turn on and stuff like that. So we bought that, and they put those together. Just apples to apples, parents versus children, apples to apples, children edition, Monopoly, and the adults would play Monopoly at night. So just lots and lots of games. And we had, you know, friendly competitions. We brought cards. So that was a lot of fun. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sign off now, and I'm going to put, I've been talking like this. What I'm going to do is sign off now and put footage of where we stayed. I think I have some footage of some Savannah, some squares in Savannah, the beach, going, and by the way, I had shared on Instagram that I do not like the beach. I am scared of deep water, and it bothers me to look out at the horizon. And I just went to the beach a couple of times, but still, it was just my joy was just being with my family and seeing them happy. But I found that I could get away with it if I looked briefly up, you know, at the horizon, or looked at it through a camera. That seemed to help, but mainly I would just look at the shoreline and watch the kids, so that helped a whole lot. Anyway, I'm going to show you some video I took, and I will annotate any of it that I feel like I need to explain. Thank you so much for watching. I am very sorry I did not answer comments on the last 2 videos while I was getting ready and while I was gone, but I just wanted to turn off and really enjoy everything, which I did. So I'm back now to answering comments and just really visiting with everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you very soon, and probably in a couple of days, and I appreciate it. Bye-bye. We are on our way to Georgia, and we're going to the beach, and we're going to also visit Savannah some. We had a little bit of trouble. We got an hour down the way, and I realized I didn't have my purse, so we had to drive all the way back, and then I had left it on the carport, so that wasn't good. It's a good thing we went back. But so we are officially on our way, and just really excited. Pretty scenery. If I see something that looks pretty, I'll film, I'll vlog it. But anyway, talk to you later.
you and me long time ago. And we were teens with tremendous dreams, always playing king and queen. We had set our minds to leave, face the world on wheels, cross the borders of Morocco, take a journey to Dubai, fight the pirates stuck in Disneyland Paris, take a swim in salty water, drinking stars and holy sun, and then we cross America. Looking back, about 20 years or so, when I close my eyes I see how we all were tripping with beliefs. Ooh, and our hearts were young and free. We had set our minds to leave, face the world on wheels, cross the borders of Morocco, take a journey to Dubai, fight the pirates stuck in Disneyland Paris, take a swim in salty water, drinking stars and holy sun, and then we cross America. Cross the borders of Morocco, take a journey to Dubai, fight the pirates stuck in Disneyland Paris, then we cross America. Swim in salty water, drinking stars and holy sun, and then we cross America. We had set our minds to leave, face the world on wheels, cross the borders of Morocco, take a journey to Dubai, fight the pirates stuck in Disneyland Paris, take a swim in salty water to this crazy melody, oh, and then we cross America.
So it's time to say goodbye. It always makes me sad because I looked forward to it for over a year and, you know, planned and worked hard, and then it's over with. But I feel like I'm not ever, I feel like, you know, I'm not going to be seeing the kids for a while, even though we live in the same town and we're going, you know, I can see them this afternoon or tomorrow if I want to. I think it was just enjoying spending all this wonderful time together. You know, just everybody getting together and being able, the cousins and my children being able to be close. So one last look at the ocean. Goodbye to Tybee Island. It is a wonderful place to visit, and I can highly recommend it, especially if you go into Savannah. I will say goodbye for now and show some more footage. Bye-bye.